Thank you for having me.
This?
Let's get into it. Let's go. I'm ready.
All right, we're going to come out swinging because another hip-hop beef is brewing among two high-profile rappers. This time, Mos Def versus Drake.
Whoa, okay.
But why? Producer Chris, he's here
Wait,
to settle.
how'd you say it again?
Drake? Wasn't that from like an interview on The Breakfast Club
Yeah,
or
Soulja
something?
Boy.
Yeah,
Soulja Boy, tell me.
Okay,
Listen, guys,
sorry.
we're picking up right where we started the week. This hip-hop debate over whether Drake is actually hip-hop. Mos Def kicked it all off earlier over the weekend when he sat down for a podcast, and he compared Drake's music to something you might hear while shopping. So he's basically saying Drake's music is commercially friendly. Drake responded by posting an old interview clip in his Instagram stories of Method Man sharing what hip-hop music meant to him. Method said, quote, "Hip-hop is a culture. It's a way of life. The way you dress, the way you talk, the way you walk. It's the breakdancing, rhymes, stage show, DJ mixing and scratching, the wordplay. That's hip-hop." Drake added his own caption, which was a quote from Mos Def's song, Umi Says. It goes, what Umi say again? Let me shine my light, king. Don't change up now. So I actually really like Drake's response to this, using Mos Def's own words and Method Man. What do you think, Steven?
This had nothing to do with the fact of what hip-hop is. This had everything to do with the fact that of the commodification of music is what he was trying to highlight here.
And that's what he should have highlighted.
That's what he should have highlighted.
Changed over time.
That's right. That's right. But Drake decided not to do that, which is in true.
But you
fashion.
said just the other day, and maybe we can run the tape back, that Drake is not hip-hop.
Well, no. I am standing on business. I do believe that Drake is not hip-hop. I think that he has his commodification going on. I think he is a commercial artist.
Yeah.
Do I think that he poses as a hip-hop artist? Yes.
Yeah.
He called him a jinglist, to be
Not
specific.
a jinglist. Come on.
What do you make of not only the response, but the initial comments?
I agree and disagree. Like I said, I feel like hip-hop has changed over time. But when we go back to the origin of hip-hop, like he explained, the scratch and the beatbox and the breakdance, that was hip-hop, the origin of it. That's what we look at it now. But I think, yes, Drake is more diverse. He has a wider audience. And it could be both hip-hop and commercially as well. I think it's a mixture of both. Because times have changed. And, rapping ain't the same how it used to be. But we'll get to that another time.
Wait, what do the kids call it? Hip-hop coded?
Hip-hop.
Hip-hop coded, kind of covered in hip-hop, not necessarily hip-hop adjacent.
I think it is, but I think to your point, if we're going to start looking at people who aren't doing what we did in the 80s and early 90s, then a lot of artists aren't hip-hop by that definition. But I think we're seeing an evolution of the genre, and there's room for the Mos Defs of it and the Drakes.
And it's always like sometimes like the older head comes back, and when the young kids are doing something, we used to do this differently.
Yeah, that's like the uncle at the cookout.
Come on now, like the times have changed, Unc. Like, yes, we TikTok and dance at the cookout. Ain't the line dance every second.
Yeah, but he's still valid in the fact that Drake is a commercial artist.
I agree.
I agree.
I just hope that
Steven,
Drake...
would you argue also that hip-hop is now a commercial art form, though?
100%.
It is one of the most dominant things on radio nowadays.
Yes, I think any music ideologists will tell you that they believe that the commodification of music is when music changed completely. When they started to make money off of music, it all changed and shifted. So as long as you can make a dollar bill from albums and streaming sales and concerts, there's nothing safe anymore.
I think it's a mixture. I feel like now with TikTok, there's a lot of songs that are more upbeat, more commercially now. But I think they pay homage because every artist samples a song from a song back in the hip-hop genre. So I guess that's their way of mixing hip-hop in the times now. We used to, maybe Drake should do a new song with a Soul Def instrumental, like, well, this is hip-hop and also commercial at the same time. Drake can be petty. Drake
can be petty. He is a petty man.
But to Chris's point, hip-hop is no longer a subgenre. It is mainstream, and I would argue the main genre of the moment.
And we know history has a habit of repeating itself. Rock and roll went through this same kind of identity crisis at a certain point with all the new subgenres that came along the way too, guys. All right, let's talk about another feud now, and this one involves the ladies. It also involves a story we have talked about for weeks now, the color purple and the behind-the-scenes drama, because now Monique is weighing in, and she is pointing the finger squarely at executive producer Oprah Winfrey. She is saying that Oprah is responsible for the alleged mistreatment of Taraji P. Henson and the rest of the cast. During the press run for The Color Purple, Taraji spoke out about pay equity and how the studio seemed to disregard her requests for essential items on set, from catering to drivers. Monique says Oprah is to blame. The 56-year-old said Oprah failed to stand behind her sisters and show support. Monique says when Oprah did speak out, she barely touched on the actual issue. Monique's husband even broke his silence on the topic. In a recent interview with The Root, he said since Oprah was producer of the film, she should have ensured arrangements were already in place. Monique followed up behind her husband saying, quote, Oprah got caught.
This had nothing to do with Taraji.
You know what? It's not even the color purple anymore.
No,
it's like green in my dress. It's just green and murky and dirty.
It's the color drama.
That's what I'm saying.
I mean, I feel like, you know, with the color purple, I mean, it was an amazing film. I mean, I think it was beautiful, and I just hate to see that all this controversy is coming out on this film when it comes to this. It's like, can we just highlight the good things that happen? Now, it is unfortunate if that, you know, allegedly of them not having a place to trailers shared together and food. But also, sources were saying that, you know, for them to get into character, they put them in these type of situations to make them get into character. That's what I've been hearing, method acting. But it's unfortunate. I know Oprah and Monique has had their beef, you know, controversy in the past, and you know, it's just like, can we just please just move on from it? I mean, and of course it's hard, you know, of course, you know, but I mean, I feel like both have valid points, but it's just like, can we just really just highlight the good things of the color purple?
And I think, too, Oprah Winfrey, yes, she's one of the producers. Yes. One of the producers
yes, she
of
the
color
face
purple.
of it all.
Steven Spielberg, Quincy Jones, Alice Walker, plenty of others. But then you have Warner Brothers.
Yes.
And I
Which
feel
is the
no
studio,
one
the production house.
is calling out Warner Brothers, number one, and no one from WB is coming to Oprah's defense.
There you go.
They're just leaving her out there.
Oh, you know, they love the drama. They love the drama.
Yeah, and I think it's hurting the movie.
Yeah, it is.
They're pulling a Beyonce. They're saying, we're not going to respond to the foolishness because all of these are just claims. I mean, it's true. Taraji had a really valid point.
Yeah.
Yes, for sure.
I do think now getting involved with Monique, it becomes bigger than just the Taraji P or the color purple, because she's not even in the movie.
Yeah, and they have history too.
And they have
Precious
history, and I think this is another
ago.
moment for her to say, well, Monique said so. I mean, it's kind of true. And I will say, Monique's, to her defense, a lot of her criticisms are very valid.
Yes.
Underpaid actors, all that stuff. So she has, Monique has made valid points, but it's like, can we just focus on the beautifulness of this movie? Hopefully they get great awards for this as well. And it's just like, it's just so unfortunate how sometimes some things overshadow, and it's like, we've been so excited to see this on Christmas Day, and it's the new year. And now we still talking about drama. And that Fantasia singing on the film, that's Taraji here to do amazing things, you know, because I would shed a tear.
Yeah, exactly.
And see, then they came back together, I said, oh, Jesus.
You know, you got to laugh to keep from crying now because of all of the off-scene drama. So hopefully they can get it all together.
Brown, huh?
But it was good at least to hear from Monique and Sydney, her daddy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Listen, Kyle brought up the awards. Now let's go back to the Emmys now, because there is another story brewing, okay? It involves Abbott Elementary star and creator Quinta Brunson, okay? She hit the red carpet. She made history at the Emmys, but it's what she wore on the red carpet that everyone is talking about. See if you can guess why. She made history as the second black woman to win Outstanding Lead Actress in a Comedy, but she caused quite the stir walking the red carpet in this pink Dior gown. However, to viewers at home, it looked very wrinkly. Critics saying the dress looked like it came straight out of a suitcase. Someone else said it was a rookie mistake to wear a wrinkled dress on the red carpet. However, her stylist is coming to her defense this morning, saying that the dress was made out of crushed satin, and she knew that's what it would look like. She says she also knew people would say something, but she stood by her choice to style her in the dress. What do you guys think? Do you think it was distracting? Or do you think we're making a mountain out of a molehill?
Now, you know, Twitter can be very controversial when it comes to these award shows. I mean, listen, I have this show on right now. When I sit down and I was driving with a seatbelt, it gets a little wrinkly. But at the end of the day, I'm here on Good Day DC. You know, let's enjoy the moment. You know what I'm saying? So, like, she won this award. In fashion, it's different. I mean, I don't think it was that big of a deal to really make it a big controversial moment.
I just say haters gonna hate. That woman just won another history-making Emmy, and here we are talking about a few wrinkles.
Exactly.
A wrinkle in time will all be a wrinkle in time at the end of the day.
And you know, it's always the armchair critics at home in their sweatpants talking about these glamorous celebrities and their million-dollar outfits. All right, guys, this next story, we're going to take a little detour from the celebrity. This one was sent in by our own Marissa Mitchell, okay? I think my two male co-hosts out there are a little too young just yet to know what we're talking about. But the question is, should you embrace the gray? Take a look at this video. It was posted on the Shade Room on their Instagram page. A bunch of silver foxes walking through the door, people in the comments section going wild. Whether you've discovered some silvery strands of those white hairs have taken over, the process of going gray is scary to a lot of men. But should men embrace the gray? Now, I will speak for myself here and say as long as I have a head of hair to begin with, I do not care what color is.
For sure.
As long as I keep it. And I'm doing everything possible to keep it in the meantime.
As long as my hairline ain't leading with it and rocking with it, listen, I'm going to rock the gray. Come on now.
I actually look forward to being a part of this group one day. Because they are the flyest brothers that have ever walked across the social media platforms. Period. They are smart, they're brilliant, and here's the thing about this group here, is that they have made the Silver Fox brand a thing to show brothers that it's okay to age, right? Because we all age at different times, right? I think there's some men who age at 13 who start getting gray hair at 13, and then some men get gray hair at 50, 60. So I think it's all about embracing the fullness of who you are, not living in the stereotypes, not living in the stigma, and I love this video.
Yeah, we've had the Silver Fox squad on a couple of times on air.
I saw they had the suits on and everything. That's okay.
Yeah,
you
a lot of women jealous. Jealous that day, but I look forward to the day of seeing you all rock the salt and pepper.
Okay.
Look, I can see it. I can see it.
Hey, come on now.
Well, give us a couple more days without the gray, and then we'll keep it pushing.
Thank you for joining us, Kyle. Always a good time, and looking forward to seeing you on the Lion Lunch Hour.
Yes, I look forward to it. Thank you for having me back, and let's go have a great show today. Come on, y'all.
All right, Holly. All right.